Mimi sina shida yoyote na serikali ya William Ruto na Rigathi Gachagua. But I think this idea of affordable housing is really a big scam na lazima kila Mkenya kwanza I question before just jumping into it. I might not have a problem with those who are buying those houses, but I have a lot of sympathy to those Kenyans who think that these houses are really affordable. Nevertheless, according to my understanding, and I know most Kenyans who are mentally fit and mentally okay will agree with me, that the government should not be competing with its citizens. The government should play the role of enabling, the role of facilitating, and then the role of regulating any business in the economy, and not actively being involved in the activity. And that is why I'm saying this affordable housing might be a very big scam that Kenyans might come in the end to regret.
I will be launching maybe in the next 2 weeks or so a new Boma Yangu initiative where from wherever you are now, you can buy our low-cost housing units, even from here. And you can buy our affordable, let me put it, affordable housing units from wherever. And you can buy it in any part of Kenya. You don't have to buy a unit in your village or your town. We now have land that has been committed to us for this purpose. What makes home ownership difficult in Kenya is the price of land. Sindio? Hii 50 by 100 story hapa. So what we have decided is that we are going to make land available for free.
I don't understand why the government should come and actively build houses and sell to Kenyans. And when you ask them, they tell you ni public-private partnership. But I wonder, serikali itakuwaje neutral when it is regulating the construction industry ama real estate industry when it is in itself a player in the same industry? It's like having a referee in a game where the referee amebet kwamba timu moja itashinda. How can that referee be fair? I mean, the government is constructing affordable houses because they have this idea that housing in Kenya has become expensive. In fact, I saw the president last time akiongea na watu wa diaspora, akiwaambia kwamba wasitume pesa zao Kenya kwa sababu after all marafiki na familia zao, they end up eating up this money. And so those people in the diaspora don't benefit. So Ruto thinks that to solve that problem, he give them free land and then the government constructs houses and gives them an opportunity to pay directly. So basically why you are giving free land is because land is expensive. But you see, land in the cost of construction is just but one factor in the many factors that make housing in Kenya to be expensive. The real question that the government should be answering Kenyans is, why is housing becoming so expensive in Kenya? Is it because of land? And the answer is no, because there are many real estate companies and there are many people who are selling land at very cheaper cost. And I can give this example of Anchor Premier Land Solution, who are selling land at very cheaper cost, and it is land that is close to an airport in Malindi. And there are many other examples of cheap land available in the country. So the president and his people cannot tell us that the cost of land is the only factor that affects the cost of housing in Kenya. Instead, I think the government, through its role of facilitating, regulating, and enabling business in Kenya, should get into this industry and understand kwa nini cost of housing is expensive. Ask yourself, how much are we buying cement at? And what is its quality? Why is it that international constructors kama Chinese wakikuja Kenya hawawezi tumia cement ya Kenya, instead wanatumia cement yao kujenga barabara na manyumba zenye wamepewa wajenge? Instead of the government actively kujenga nyumba ati ndio iuzie wa Kenya, the government should ask and answer the question, why is it difficult for the Kenyan to construct a house? Why is it that cement is becoming so expensive in Kenya? And why don't Chinese trust our cement? Is it quality or what is the problem? Why should the Chinese, who have been contracted to make our roads and houses in Kenya, come with their own cement when we have cement in Kenya? What have we not done with ours? The government should know and do what is necessary. Why is it that steel in Kenya imekuwa expensive hivi? Why is it that the prices of steel zinapanda kila siku in Kenya? Where are we losing control? The government should come in and see how to stabilize and make steel to be cheap in the country. Why is it that the cost of mabati na misumari inaendelea kuwa expensive Kenya every now and then? Because those are the factors that make housing unaffordable. Those are factors that you can solve by only one thing, by just touching on the cost of power. If the government only reduces the cost of power, because power is one of the forms of energy that is being used by companies that produce this cement, those steel and everything that is used in construction, I believe you will have solved the biggest part of this problem that we are having. But now if you ask them, they are telling you that the power company, Kenya Power, are making losses. At the same time, they will tell you that the biggest shareholder in the same Kenya Power is the Budget and Appropriation Committee Chairman, Ndindi Nyoro. So the question you should be asking yourself is, how can the Budget and Appropriation Committee, who is very conversant with numbers and very good in economies and matters to do with money, how can he invest his money in a company that is making losses, or in a corporation that is making losses every now and then? So President William Ruto, if there is any favor you can do to Kenyans, is to make the government to stop competing with its own citizens. Let the government stop competing with the people. Let the government play its role.